Every country has its moment. It's time to shine. Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Good morning everyone, I'm Rona Simpson and welcoming you to the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It's day one of the Women's Champions Challenge 1 exclusively on FIH TV. We've had a great opening to the tournament and we're just about to witness the second match in the women's competition, and let's take a look at what else is coming up today. In a few moments time we have South Africa versus Ireland, as I said, in match 2. Followed on this afternoon by Belgium versus Scotland, and the final match in the ladies programme this afternoon, Korea versus India. So the teams are just finalising their preparations. I'm delighted to have Craig Madden alongside me today to help me with the commentary. Craig, a previous international umpire and official, and has officiated at the Olympics. Craig, tell us a little bit about your experience in that role.
Thank you very much, Rona. I'm delighted to be here. I'm a former international umpire, as Rona has already pointed out. Officiated at the Olympic Games in 1988 in Seoul, and again in 1996 in Atlanta. I've been involved also as umpire's manager in 2 Commonwealth Games, Kuala Lumpur and Manchester. And I've now moved on to the media.
Good, thank you very much, Craig. I'm sure you'll be able to make a few comments on the technical officials during today's game, but hopefully it won't be anything controversial. So, as we look forward to 2 exciting games this afternoon, Scotland following this match, and 1 match to finalise the programme. But our feature game this morning, just about to get underway, South Africa versus Ireland. With only minutes away from pushback, the teams are lined up on the pitch. They're just waiting for the national anthems of both teams. But here we go, we take a look at the lineup for both squads. For South Africa, lining up and starting the match, Marcia Cox, captain and the most experienced player in the tournament. Shelley Russell, Dirkie Chamberlain, Lisa Marie Davies, Anel van der Vent, the goalkeeper, Lanice Marish, Bernadette Costin, Quintina Bobbs, Taryn Bright, Saluta Damons, Celia Evans. That's the lineup for South Africa, and coach Giles Bonnet. And for Ireland, the starting lineup, Claudia Sargent, Emma Smith, Shirley McCaw, Megan Fraser, the captain, Audrey O'Flynn, Aisha McFerrin, Chloe Watkins, Catherine Mullen, Anna O'Flanagan, Gillian Pinder and Katie Dillon. That's a completed lineup for Ireland, and Graham Shaw is the Irish coach taking responsibility for the team today. So the sun's come out, hopefully that's going to help the players. Craig, we're praying for another good day of weather, which is always a bonus up here in Glasgow.
Yes, this is perhaps rather sunny for an April day in Glasgow, but nonetheless the weather is really very good for hockey, and hopefully we'll have a good competitive game.
Absolutely, here we go, just waiting. The national anthem, South Africa. South Africa. And here we go, the national anthem for Ireland. Of both the national anthems, and we could see the players singing along, just getting themselves motivated and ready and up to speed for the start of this match. Only seconds away, and today's coverage is brought to you by Scottish Hockey and their event partners, Glasgow Life, Event Scotland, NCS, Ginger Grouse, Hello, and the Government of Argentina. And we're very grateful for their support in bringing you this fantastic live event and exclusive on FIH TV. You can also be part of today's coverage wherever you are in the world by tweeting us, and we would love to hear from you. Tweet us at FIH_hockey, #CC1. And hopefully we'll be able to get some of the best comments included in today's programme. So we're seconds away from the second game of the women's programme today, South Africa versus Ireland. Craig, how do you think the game might match up?
At this level of the teams from 9 to 16, the games are inevitably going to be very close. My gut feeling, I have to say, goes with South Africa, because I think they've got a bit more flair than the Irish. Unfortunately, they're without P.T. Kaiser, who's the world's leading goal scorer. So that might limit their goal scoring possibilities. But if I was going to go to the bookie, I would put my money on South Africa.
Yeah, I think they possibly that little bit more experience. Certainly their captain, Marcia Cox, has been on the world stage for a long while now. Very experienced player, and as you say, although they're missing Kutsia and one of their main goal scorers, I'm quite sure they've got enough depth on the squad to hopefully for others to take and fill that role. But it'll be interesting. Ireland, always a very physical nation, always never give up, and I think it'll be quite an interesting contest. So, game underway, and I'm quite sure the first few minutes will be quite cagey, Craig.
Yes, I think normally at this level you find that the first 10 or 15 minutes, not a lot of goal scoring opportunities, teams are still quite nervous, and a lot of the play could well be between the two 23-metre lines.
Yeah, it'll be interesting just to see how the two teams set up, but Ireland on an attack here, 4v4, and driving into the South African defensive end, but unfortunately foot infringement, so South Africa can regain possession and able to work the ball out the back. Ireland putting on a relatively three-quarter press, as we'd call it in the game, just trying to get a bit of pressure on South Africa, but South Africa do well to win and work the ball out. And Shelley Russell, who's an experienced campaigner there, just taking the ball forward for South Africa into the Irish attacking half. So Ireland just comfortable now to allow South Africa to play the ball round the back, hoping to jump on a mistake, but South Africa quite comfortable They'll have practiced that move lots and lots of times, and they win a free hit just inside the Irish half. Ireland win possession, but a forced turnover there, and South Africa an opportunity to break, but an infringement there. The Irish player goes down, and they regain possession with 16. So the game always a bit tense in the first few minutes, just settling into it, both teams just finding their way. There's always a few errors in the opening match for each team. It was the same in the first match with USA and Spain a few minutes ago, but they soon settled into the rhythms, and I'm sure these two teams will do. So Ireland free hit outside, looking to play the ball straight in and find a South African foot. So first penalty corner of the game. This could be an interesting moment, Craig.
Yes, it's a little bit of poor defending. It was a bit of a soft penalty corner. The decision was completely correct, of course. A soft penalty corner off the foot of the South African defender gives Ireland an early opportunity to settle their nerves, and if they can get a goal here, that could make for a very entertaining game.
It certainly could, and I mean, penalty corners are so crucial in the modern game. They can be match winners, so let's see what Ireland can do with this opportunity. So a good drag flick and saved off the line from the South African player, but Ireland still pushing the ball forward. But South Africa managed to clear the danger, and now they can work the ball out the back. You see the aerial ball be used. We spoke about that in the first game. It's a much more prominent skill now in the women's game. It used to be really only evident in the men, but now with slight rule changes as well, have encouraged the women to include it in the game much more, and certainly makes it far more exciting for the spectator as well, Craig. That's a change that's happened since you've been involved in terms of the aerial ball.
Yes, in my day, you couldn't stop the ball above your shoulder, which made it very difficult from the umpiring point of view, because some people's shoulders are bigger than others. But now the players can stop or deflect the ball above their shoulder, and it makes umpiring so much easier.
Yeah, it just takes that grey area out of it, and as you say, also I think allows the game to flow that little bit more. So certainly much more evident, and I think both the umpires from China and USA today will make their life a little bit easier. So Ireland with an early opportunity again, good shot, but unfortunately can't hit the target. They're appealing for a corner, but umpire didn't see it, so she can't give what she can't see. So South Africa build the ball out the back again. Just a little bit loose in general at the moment. Both teams just settling into the pace of the game. A few hard physical tackles going in, which I'm sure the umpires will keep an eye on. But Ireland have certainly started the game strongly, Craig.
Yes, I've been very impressed by the Irish. They've taken the initiative by the scruff of the neck, and they've put the South Africans under a fair amount of pressure, and are perhaps a little unlucky not to be a goal ahead.
Yeah, it was just over 5 minutes gone. The Irish have started on a very positive note, setting the tone, as you said, Craig, and they've certainly had the better exchange at the opening minutes, and here they go again, attacking down the right hand side. Just can't keep control of it, but they've done well to win it back. Some nice skills, and long corner awarded this time, but they're certainly making South Africa work hard. Game so fast nowadays that umpires, officials, everyone, they've got to have eyes in the back of their head to make sure they see everything. But almost an opportunity there, nearly a missed pass, but Ireland survive it. But here comes Dammons, who's very, very quick. I remember her playing against Scotland last summer, and she caused some problems, and certainly good ball across the circle from Dammons there, but no one unfortunately there to capitalise on it from South Africa. So Ireland can breathe a sigh of relief again. South Africa really piling on the pressure, really stepping up on the Irish back line there, but unfortunately give away a cheap free hit, which allows Ireland to work the ball out the back and settle the game down. Some nice skills there by the Irish number 11, Megan Fraser, the captain, just showing her experience. Lovely ball forward. Quite a lot of unforced errors at the moment, but that's expected quite often in opening exchanges. But Ireland certainly making South Africa have to work very hard for their possession, and Russell now, again, another experienced campaigner for South Africa. They'll be looking to these sorts of players just to try and settle the game down, get into their stride pattern as the game goes on. Another loose ball, but they managed to regain possession, South Africa. Both teams working hard in these opening few minutes. Moving the ball round the back. Opening the game up to the left-hand side. Again, we see that backhand ball, Craig. A lot of players now using that backhand to not only shoot, but to play passes with as well.
Yes, it's certainly taken over. In my day, the players played with the front part of the stick and didn't use the other part of the stick at all. I think it's a tremendous skill, particularly in the circle, where the velocity of the shot can frequently be far harder than in the front side. I also feel sometimes, of course, players use the backside of the stick much too often.
Ireland with an opportunity. The umpire thought the physicality of Lisa Marie Deeps there was just too much, and has awarded Ireland second penalty corner of the game. So they'll be hoping that they can capitalise a little bit better on this opportunity. We also see now, Craig, the defending players putting on face masks. Another development in the game over the last couple of seasons. Yeah,
the face masks and other protection I think is vital now, because players can strike the ball or flick the ball with such speed that there is the danger factor. The problem is, of course, that this can take a little bit of time, and that's why we now have 40 seconds.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, great strike there by the Irish number 11, Megan Fraser, the captain again, but the keeper on the right position did her job and cleared the danger for South Africa. So,
yeah, the penalty corner shot is very well saved by the goalkeeper, and eventually the South Africans are able to clear the ball and have now survived their second penalty corner scare.
Yep, South Africa on the break now with number 14, Kelly Marsden, and she wins a free hit just inside the 22, so Dammons has come over to take that. South Africa will certainly be hoping to capitalise on this attacking opportunity, spreading the ball out, but poor pick up there in the middle of the midfield has allowed Ireland to pick up the ball, but a little bit scrappy at times just in these opening exchanges. Teams just settling down into the style and the rhythm of the game, but I'm quite sure both coaches, and here comes Dammons, she is very dangerous. Again, just loses, but South Africa a second chance. Oh, and it's fortunate. I think there may be Irish players not quite sure what's going on. The South Africans are celebrating, and South Africa open the scoring with a 1-0. Here we go.
The Irish failed to clear the ball, which ricocheted off a couple of players and was eventually put in at the far post. I have to say that was somewhat against the run of play.
Yes, I think there possibly could be a bit of controversy when, but it was hard to see initially, and as we said before, it's very difficult for the umpires to make these decisions, but when we see the replay, it was a good goal, and South Africa lead Ireland 1-0.
1-0, number 41, Julia Evans.
So it'll be interesting now to see how Ireland can get themselves back into the game. They started the game strongly. That was almost a little bit against the run of play, but it just proves how dangerous one player can be. She's Damon's very quick, just managed to break in, and here we go, South Africa again, trying to get forward, keeping that pressure on the Irish defence. Both teams, Craig, as well, lining up the rolling subs. It's a crucial part of the game nowadays.
Yes, I think that most of the coaches will now use the complete squad of 18 players who will be on the pitch roughly about the same amount of time, and it allows fresh legs to come on, and it's a tremendous asset to the game.
Yeah, absolutely keeps the tempo of the game going, and South Africa back in possession. Tempo of the game pretty high at the start of this. Chamberlain just couldn't quite connect with that pass. And Ireland back in possession through McCall. Unfortunately, that aerial was deemed as a little bit dangerous from the umpire, and of course that's one of the decisions they have to make. It has to be played and it has to be safe. So South Africa back in possession, just happy to play the ball back round, looking for that long ball forward, which they managed to connect with, and again attacking right through the heart of the Irish defence, but solid defending there at the back. Now Shirley McCaw and Ireland counter-attack. They're going to earn themselves a long corner on the right hand side. So South Africa now with the ball deep in their own left-hand pocket, using that aerial ball to their advantage, and it breaks kindly for them. The Irish a little push, but South Africa ride the tackle, and I think, it was fairly obvious there from the Irish player. She's going to then get a green card, which means she will be off the game and off the pitch for a couple of minutes. Little bit naughty, number 30 there, Leak, so she's going to have to watch for the next couple of minutes, and her team will have to defend with 10 players for a little while. So can South Africa take advantage of this situation? Africa trying to keep the game at a high tempo now and take this opportunity. Marsha Cox on the ball, great ball through to Dammons, and woo! I think that must have come off, I think, the post. Wait till we see if we get a replay of that. It was extremely difficult to see. Through it goes to Dammons,
a reverse stick shot which strikes the faraway post and bounces away to safety.
Yeah, the umpire certainly had to keep her eyes on that one. It wasn't easy to see, but South Africa almost doubling their advantage, but here goes South Africa again. Cox playing the ball forward, but just not connecting with anyone on that occasion. So Ireland trying to get and gain some momentum, win themselves a free hit, just South Africa 22. inside, which means the ball cannot go directly into the circle. So back it comes to McCaw, spreading the ball to the far side, trying to find an opportunity in some space, which they do. Unfortunately, just can't control it there. But Ireland back now to full strength, so 11 aside it is again. South Africa have really got themselves back into the game. Ireland started very strongly, Craig, but South Africa now controlling a little bit more of the game.
Yes, they are controlling more of the game, but they're the Irish are now resorting a little bit to more physical play, and that breakdown by Alison Meek earned her 2 minutes into the sin bin. She'll now have to be careful because the next card will be a yellow, and that'll be 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that certainly has a significant impact then on tactics and also the workload that other players have to do, and therefore long term. But here comes South Africa again. Great 2v1 opportunity, playing the ball round, and that was number 29. That was Tara Bright who created the 2v1 opportunity, but unfortunately South Africa couldn't capitalise on it. But they've certainly getting in and around the Irish circle and causing them a few problems. Back it comes all the way to the back, working the ball round the back. Game fairly open through the midfield at the moment. We see different tactics from the opening game, two different styles of play, but certainly providing a nice open game and opportunities at both ends. Marcia Cox, as I say, captain of South Africa, a very experienced player. South Africa now attacking back down the right hand side, and Damon's just penalised there, I think, for lifting the ball. Umpire deemed that as being dangerous, so Ireland win a free hit. So we're just over halfway through this first half. South Africa have the advantage, 1-0 up against Ireland in the opening minutes. The game settled down a little bit better now, and both teams over those first few minute nerves and just concentrating on the hockey. Here come Ireland with an opportunity to break. They've won themselves a free hit in the South Africa half. They'll be hoping to see if they can add to their penalty corner tally, make more advantage of those opportunities. So down the right hand side, here they come, looking to put the ball hard into the circle, but quite connect, allows South Africa the opportunity just to clear the ball up the pitch. All the players back behind the ball, so they didn't capitalise on that. So we can see from down in the touchline, the Irish coach just constantly providing information to his players, which will then be able to take it back onto the pitch for them. South Africa back in possession. Ireland a three-quarter press on a mistake there by South Africa has allowed the Irish forward in, but unfortunately she can't capitalise on that. The Irish number 29, Katie Dillon, great chance there, but just couldn't make the most of that. But here they come again. Again, South Africa just defending in numbers. Because of defending in numbers, when they look to go forward, they don't have that support up front, and just give the ball back to Ireland. Great ball forward there from McCaw. But again, I think one of the big things for both teams, Craig, is just making more of the opportunities in the final third.
Yes, Rona, I think that's absolutely correct. The Irish must rue the day of missing their two early penalty corners, while South Africa went up to the other end and took a very smart goal and are now one ahead.
Yeah, I think that might be something that the coaches will hopefully be picking up on at half-time, that if they can make more of the opportunities that they have got going forward, then it could certainly change the game. So McCaw at the back for Ireland is floating the ball forward, but unfortunately, Anna Flanagan just couldn't quite reach it. A few more rolling subs for South Africa just about to happen. Marcia Cox now in possession and is using her experience and skills to drive that ball, working the right hand side, looking to play it forward. The Irish defence solid at the back. And they earn themselves a free hit. Audrey O'Flynn just settling the game down for Ireland and gives them the opportunity to play the ball out the back. So South Africa break forward again, but just again no connection, and now 3v3 as the Irish counter-attack. Can they capitalise? Katie Dillon looking for her opposite forward, Nicola Evans there, but unfortunately the two don't quite connect, and Russell comes away with the ball for South Africa. Davids now joins the play for South Africa, and Wright can take a little bit of a breather on the sideline. So Ireland with an opportunity to break down the right hand side. Pretty quick in possession there. It's Nicola Daly for Ireland playing the ball in, but again South Africa first to the ball, and Shelley Russell doing a huge amount of defensive work for South Africa, up and back, and that's crucial in the modern game. Miss trap there. Lanice Marais for South Africa gives Ireland a chance to press, but well worked out, and bring the ball forward again through Davids. Ireland with an opportunity to come forward, but they need to get players ahead of the ball. And here they come, number 14, good overlap there from Nicola Daly to put the ball in, an opportunity, but no one in and around the goalkeeper for Ireland, so South Africa can breathe a sigh of relief and look to break with the ball back out. Pretty end-to-end stuff at the moment, Craig, just a little bit untidy at times.
Yeah, I think the game has become a bit scrappy. Ireland seem unable to break through the South African defence despite several opportunities, and South Africa have kind of fallen out of the game as an attacking force over the last few minutes.
Yeah, certainly when they've looked to play forward, they've got so many players defending that they're struggling to get players up in attack and therefore penetrate and cause the Irish too much trouble. So I'm quite sure that'll be something both coaches will be looking at half time. Can they get that balance of enough numbers back to defend, but also giving themselves the opportunities to create some attacking opportunities? 10 minutes remaining in this first half. South Africa have the advantage of one goal and another good ball forward. Dammons fouls the Irish defender McCaw, so it's a hit out again to Ireland. Just regain their starting positions, shuffle round the back. Long ball forward from the Irish there, but unfortunately no one on the same wavelength up front, so South Africa regain possession in their final third. Oh, Ireland with unfortunate there, just trying to apply the pressure, trying to sneak it, and almost got a break of the ball, but not quite, so back it goes. I think possibly both coaches, Craig, will be wanting their teams to just tidy up the unforced errors possibly at half-time.
Yes, I think there's been quite a few errors, whether that's nerves, that nerves should have disappeared by this time in the game. But my guess is that the coaches will have quite a bit to say to both teams at half-time.
Yeah, so we're into the just over 8 minutes to go in this first half. South Africa lead Ireland 1-0. But it's been opportunities at both ends, both teams very much in the hunt. And it'll be interesting. A little mistake there from the Irish gives South Africa an opportunity. It's a clearance off the line by the Irish captain, and now a great opportunity for them to break, but again just cannot connect with that final pass. And I think that'll be one area of play that they'll also want to highlight to the players at half time, that that final pass is so crucial, just relieves the pressure off the back line, and they'll certainly want to make more of that, I would hope, in the second half. So Ireland just playing the ball back round, settling things down. South Africa applying a bit of pressure on the back line now, but Ireland doing very well and have an opportunity to break down the right. Can they capitalise on this? It'd be great before half-time. Right round the baseline, looks to play it back to penalty spot, but South Africa in the right place at the right time. I think that was Lanice Maurice for South Africa who got the danger away on that occasion. But Ireland have had their opportunities, Craig, in this first half.
Yes, Ireland have. I believe at times that they don't take the correct option. Down that baseline there, a ball back might have been more productive than what happened.
Yeah, I'm quite sure the coaches and assistant coaches will be picking up on these points, and that'll be some of the feedback that they'll be providing to players at half-time. Smith for Ireland, playing the ball forward again. And now Flanagan couldn't quite keep up with it. South Africa look to their captain to bring them out from that deep position, and they earn themselves a free hit. So Russell leaves the pitch for a few minutes rest, fresh legs on, and South Africa remain in possession. A good attack down the right hand side, some simple play. Damage looks to hit it across, and deflection there from South African player just in front of the goal, but unfortunately puts it right over the bar. Taryn Bright, and we can see the replay just coming up.
Yeah, it's a shot that comes across from the byline and is deflected really quite substantially over the bar at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it was an opportunity. Here she goes again, Damon. She's got a bit of pace, possibly chose the wrong option, played it inside on that occasion, where maybe round the outside would have been more dangerous. But Ireland break, and little hook of the stick, which meant South Africa couldn't play the ball, so they win the free hit, and gives them an opportunity again. Ireland now just sitting back a little bit, allowing South Africa to bring the ball out, but good use of the aerial ball allows them to break into the circle. But great defence there by Ireland. Meek doing her job, winning the ball back for Ireland, and an opportunity to break again. So the game really opening up. Opportunities for both teams, and part of that reason is there's been quite a lot of unforced errors. Players, as we used to say, ball like a hot potato, just trying to get rid of the ball, and I think both coaches would certainly hope that they'll be able to tighten up in that area for the second half. So the ball's back in the Irish defending third. It's time to work it back out with less than 5 minutes remaining. We see use of that aerial ball again. But, Katie Mullen just couldn't quite control it. South Africa have an opportunity to bring the ball back out. So Ireland would really like to get a goal back, going at half-time all level, but they've had enough opportunities, Craig, so...
Yes, I think the difference is, in my opinion, that Ireland have probably as much pressure in the South African circle, but really haven't looked much like scoring. Whereas when the South Africans are in the Irish circle, they always look like the potential to score.
Yeah, it's just that clinical finishing touch, isn't it, in that final area, which, let's face it, with any game, or it's the most important thing. So you only need one opportunity, and at the moment, that's really South Africa have taken their chance. But here's a great ball through. It might find its way all the way through to the Irish, but she slips, but she does well. It's still in there, and Ireland's still got an opportunity, but tries to spin on the ball, unfortunately, and Anna Flanagan just couldn't quite get her feet out of the way quickly enough to make the most of that opportunity. So South Africa would just be, I think, quite happy at this moment in time to see the game out to half-time with their 1-0 advantage, but an opportunity to break here. But again, it just comes off a foot, Tara Bright. The umpire's just asking the players to settle down, and another couple of rolling subs for the Irish, trying to keep that game at a high level. The game is fairly open, and South Africa break forward again. Nice deflection. Here, an opportunity to work the ball into the Irish circle. Ball forward, but no one there to collect it, and that allows the Irish some time and space to bring the ball out. Evans linking nicely there with Emily Beattie, but South Africa now back in possession with Dammons, attacking that right hand side into the circle. Ball's loose, and the Irish defender does very well just to calmly play the ball up the pitch. No one there to collect it, but it does relieve the pressure off that back line. So we're into the last 2 minutes of this opening half. South Africa lead Ireland 1 to the good. Let's have another opportunity to attack down this right hand side, and they're going to earn themselves a long corner. So here we go, an opportunity at reverse stick. That's some brave defending by the Irish, but I think, yeah, that maybe looked like a nasty head injury, is it? Caught in the forehead. Don't know if there's blood, I'm not sure if it's maybe just...
It's a head injury, which is one of the problems with the reverse stick shot, that sometimes it's less controlled than the front type shot. And while it was a complete accident, she's clearly in some considerable distress, and I would suspect there's quite a bit of blood.
Yeah, I think we could just see that above the physio's hand, so she's going to need some repair work, but she looks quite a tough cookie. Shirley McCaw, she's actually been very strong for the Irish in this first half, so they will definitely not want to lose her for the rest of the tournament, but she'll be well taken care of and looked after, and I'm quite sure we'll see her feature again in the latter stages of the tournament. So 1 minute 14 to go. The officials are on, just tidying up, cleaning up the pitch. Craig, is that part of your job?
No, it was never part of my job, fortunately. But as well as repairs to the player, obviously we need to have repairs to the pitch in this day and age of health and safety, I'm afraid. It might take a couple of minutes to ensure that all the blood is removed chemically from the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely, in our nice new facility here at Glasgow Green. We don't want that spoiled before games time either, so it's all be cleaned up. It looks as if it will be a bully to restart the game. The umpire's just getting the players into place with just over a minute to play. So here we go again. We wish Shirley McCaw the best, and we will hope to see her back in action in the next few days. Well, So South Africa come away with the ball. Can they capitalise on the dying minutes of this game? But Ireland an opportunity to break. Then Nicola Evans, who gains them a few extra yards. She leaves it for Meek, who's coming up to get the game underway again. And Ireland play a great ball in, great opportunity, and oh, just past the post. That was an opportunity's goal for them, but unfortunately just goes past the post for Ireland, and South Africa have a hit out. So seconds remaining before the half-time hooter, and there you hear the half-time hooter, and it's been quite an open game. There's certainly been opportunities at both ends, and Ireland started the stronger, but South Africa broke on the counter-attack and certainly capitalised on that opportunity. And at the half-time break, South Africa 1, Ireland 0.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Trin, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it will be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in our home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family really when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics and that was really special, but Glasgow I think will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important to have the backing of the community, the country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you're doing, and that's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd welcoming behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo is an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games and it'll be a home game, so for me it's, as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true, and just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!
So here we are on the second match of the women's programme today. It's an exciting game so far, South Africa versus Ireland. South Africa took advantage of the early opportunities they had and are leading 1-0 at the halfway, and we can see Evans was the scorer there, an opportunist goal from a breakaway, but Ireland have been in the game. It's not been one-way traffic. They've certainly had opportunities, and they will hopefully be hoping to capitalise on some of those in the second half. But certainly a feature of the first half has been a little bit of the unforced errors, and I'm quite sure both coaches will look to pick up on that aspect in the second half. So here we can see the goals. Penalty corner from Ireland. Right, it was a great strike, but good save from the goalkeeper. We can see it from a different angle. Again, another great strike, but goalkeeper doing her job and allowed South Africa to clear it. So here we see it from a different angle. This drags it to the right, across the goal, but keeper does her job, and South Africa managed to clear the danger. So here we can see how South Africa managed to score. But we'll manage to pick that up. A good ball forward, breaking down the right. Keeper does a job, it deflects off the Irish player, and Dammons on the far post with an easy tap in at the end of the day, but the main thing is she was in the right place at the right time, and that's the difference between the teams at the moment. One goal in it. But, as I say, they both had opportunities. We see here late on in the half, Ireland with a late chance, and unfortunately couldn't quite connect just at the far post, but it's a great break down the right hand side. Ball driven across into the circle, takes a couple little deflections and snapshot, but it's just wide of the post. So Craig, what do you think about the opportunities in the first half?
Yes, there were opportunities at both ends, and they I felt at the South African goal, the Irish defence could have perhaps put the South African players under a bit more pressure, and it was a poor goal to lose, quite frankly, at that stage of the game. And I think the Irish defence have been split open 2 or 3 times, and it's been a bit unfortunate for the South Africans that they haven't capitalised a bit more. But if it was a boxing match, I would have said the teams were equal on points, on possession, and the amount of influence they've had in the game. But Ireland have not looked particularly sharp up front. I know they had a chance near the end there, but these are the sort of opportunities at this level of hockey you've got to put away.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be the difference, as we all know, between the teams. You don't always get too many clear-cut opportunities in front of goal at this level. There's so little between the top teams, and when it does fall for you, you've really got to make sure you make the most of the opportunities. So the teams just getting final words in the dressing room from the coaches, and we're just waiting on them coming out. But you can see on the screen we've got a very exciting game in the next round. The home nation, Scotland, taking on Belgium, so I'll be hoping to see great things from them, and an important game for Scotland. And then the final game of today's schedule for the women at 4:30, Korea versus India. So still lots of exciting things to look forward to, and hopefully this second half, you can see the teams just coming out will warm up the crowd nicely for the Scotland game. We can also, you can get involved in commenting on today's matches through Twitter. All you have to do is hashtag is at FIH_hockey, hashtag CC1, and you can get involved in all of today's commentary and also all the other games. So please get in touch, give us your thoughts on what you see is happening, and I'm quite sure hopefully there'll be lots of support for the next round of games. So the home nation, Scotland against Belgium, that's our next feature game starting at 2:30. But just over a minute left in that half time for the South African Irish to get final thoughts from the coaches. The players are slowly making their way back out of the changing rooms, and we certainly look forward to an exciting second half, and all to play for, Craig, in the second half.
Oh, I think it is all to play for. Both sides will need to take a little bit more initiative in trying to take the opportunities and convert the opportunities into goals. But there's not much between the teams. They're very close in the FIH rankings, and that has certainly come out during the course of the game. And I think the team that wins will be the team that takes their opportunity in the circle.
Yeah, it certainly was a story of that in the first half. So both teams are now back out, ready to go for this second half, and it'll be an interesting 35 minutes to see how this encounter finishes off. When we hear the umpire's whistle, it's just a signal for both teams to get back on side. And as I say, we're within seconds of the restart in the second half of South Africa, Ireland. South Africa leading 1-0 at the moment. So here we go, South Africa ready to restart the match. It's been a brisk start, and I don't mean by the players. I think the weather, see the flags flying around out there, so you might think we're nice and cosy up here, but tell you it's windy as well, so the players will be happy to keep busy out there and keep themselves warm. Ireland just back in possession at the back, just settling back into the start of this second half. I'd be interested to see if the coaches have made any changes at half time, tactically or personnel wise, so they'll just be hoping to settle into the first few minutes, and then the game will develop from there. So Ireland get ball forward, but forward's too high, having to come track back for it, allowing South Africa to work it back. And Russell, nice bit of skill, just lifting the ball over the Irish stick, allows her to break and get the ball forward, but Meek tidies up at the back for Ireland. So Megan Fraser, the Irish captain, has got a bit of time on the ball, but she doesn't want to dwell too long and put herself under pressure. Ireland just working the ball out now, looking to play long, inside ball. Connects well there with Dylan, and nice skills to win Ireland a free hit. Looking to break. And, Anna Flanagan not quite getting the better of her counterpart on that occasion, but I'm sure she'll keep trying. Marcia Cox now, South African captain, very experienced player, and manages to flex it on, but keeper is out her goal nice and early, reads the situation and just clears the danger.
There we go.
So Marcia Cox, South African captain, bringing the ball back to where the free hit was. She leaves it. Tara Bright. They break down with the right hand side with Russell again, breaking into the Irish circle, looking for a foot. Ball's up in the air. Umpire goes for a free hit. A little bit dangerous, Craig.
Yes, if you're going to put the ball up in the air, it's got to go away from players. That went straight into a group of players, and it wasn't a shot at goal, consequently dangerous. Correct decision by the umpire.
Good, and Ireland have now earned themselves a long corner at the other end. Putting the ball out, trying to find a space to get that ball round, but not on this occasion. Damon's applying a bit of pressure, just forces a mistake, which allows South Africa to break back up the pitch. Oh, great steal there from Ireland, a great opportunity here to attack outside the circle, good pick up. Oh, I'm not quite sure how they managed to miss that one, but they'll not get a better opportunity than that one, Craig, I don't think.
No, Rona, that was an opportunity. As I said before, the Irish are able to get in the circle, but they can't capitalise when they are there. And at the end of the day, one or two of the Irish players appeared to be looking for obstruction, but it certainly wasn't. The umpire was correct.
No, it certainly broke kindly for them. They just didn't manage to connect on the far post, but a good opportunity gone and begging. But here they come again. Yeah, they're certainly applying the pressure, but it's that final pass. It's the all-important pass just to create that opportunity, and that's one of the areas we spoke about in the first half. Both teams could tidy that up, then hopefully it may provide them with a few more opportunities this half. So South Africa survive, play the ball back out of defence. But Ireland have really stepped up. Megan Fraser there, being very physical and a real presence in the midfield, doing a good job for Ireland at the moment, forcing South Africa back the way. It's a restart with Marcia Cox. Again, that aerial ball. It is difficult to control at times, and Bright now has an opportunity. Floats it across, great pick up for Damons. Well, what a save, that's kept the Irish in the game, Craig. The keeper made a really important save there.
Yes, the Irish defence were completely opened up, and in fact she could and should have done a lot better, but the Irish goalkeeper certainly was on the toes.
Yeah, you can just see the replay as it comes. A great pick up and shot from Damons, but a fantastic save. The keeper just comes out to narrow the angle, and that was enough just to stop South Africa extending their lead. So Ireland survive a scare, but it keeps themselves in the game. So South Africa really applying the pressure. Ireland a little bit at 6s and 7s, but Fraser manages to clear the danger up the pitch, however only as far as the South Africa defence, who are back in possession, looking to bring the ball forward. And again it's a turnover, and Ireland now have the opportunity to break back. So it's end-to-end stuff at the moment. Both teams having opportunities. Ireland certainly had enough opportunities to be level, but just couldn't capitalise and finish them off. But here they come again, breaking down their left-hand side, trying to and managing to win a free hit. And South Africa defend it, but it's a little bit scrappy, and they're fortunate possibly not to give away a corner there, South Africa. Ireland asked to take the ball back to the dotted line. It must go back 5 yards. It cannot go directly into the circle from here, so that's the reason why it's played out wide. But South Africa, Damons, who's a forward, way back in her own defensive third, just happy to clear the ball up the pitch and relieve a bit of pressure off the team for a second or two. Oh, and again a unforced error. Damons picks it up, plays it across, and another opportunity for South Africa. Ireland living dangerously at the moment. Damons very, very quick, was onto that ball, and Craig, we can just see the replay here.
Yes, the ball across is very good, and arguably South Africa should have put that ball in the goals, but the Irish defence are going to have to be a little bit more concentrated in what they're doing, otherwise they're going to go 2 down.
Yep, certainly a good opportunity, and here come Ireland now at the other end, an opportunity to overlap. Anna Flanagan in for the shot, and a great diving finish for the Irish, and as we say, one quality ball in, and I think it's Naomi Carroll for the Ireland, number 14, who gets a final touch.
A fantastic goal, tremendous run up the inside right position, and the cross finds the player at the back post. The goalkeeper has absolutely no chance.
It goes from one end to the other. South Africa attacking straight back at South Africa, but they managed to clear their lines, so it's end-to-end stuff at the moment, but Ireland back on level terms until 26 minutes to play, so this could be a pretty exciting game. Ireland certainly have had plenty of opportunities, so they've finally taken one and they're back on level terms, so next couple of minutes could be quite interesting, Craig.
Yes, I think that will give the Irish a tremendous lift. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities, they haven't taken them. That was a brilliantly taken goal, and that should give them a lift. South Africa now need to restock.
Yep, they'll be a bit shell-shocked from that, but that's exactly what they'll need to do, just regroup, refocus and concentrate on their own game. I'm quite sure there'll be more opportunities in this game, and as you said in the first half, it's who can make the most of those opportunities. So again, another good reverse stick cross ball across the circle from South Africa, but no one on that occasion could connect with it, so Ireland working the ball back out. A great ball down the line, but Katie O'Flanagan just not quite able to keep that one in play. So South Africa back with the ball in their own defensive half. I mean, the Irish play with a real passion and commitment, Craig, don't they? They're always great and exciting to watch.
They are, and I think what they have taken advantage of is the self-pass, the quick free hit that you can take to yourself, and in fact they almost got a goal in the first couple of seconds at the far end by taking a very quick free hit.
Yeah, it's certainly been a great addition to the game, that rule change where players can take a self-pass to themselves. It reduces the time that the ball is obviously out of play, and it's certainly quickened up the game.
Oh, there's no doubt of that. It's quickened up the game completely. The only problem is that sometimes they don't take it from the correct place.
Well, I think that's all players trying to sneak a little bit of advantage every time, but that's why the umpires are there to do their job. So South Africa just trying to break in behind, and they have done so. Another opportunity. Davids just couldn't quite keep the ball under control, and Ireland working hard to win the ball back. Just Chloe Watkins taking a knock there, but the game continues. Ireland in possession in their own defending third. Oh, mistake by South African defence has allowed Katie O'Flanagan, who's been working really hard for Ireland, to maintain possession. Back it comes. It's working the ball out. Davids again breaking for South Africa. It's reverse stick cross, which a lot of the players now adopt, but she didn't quite connect with it on that occasion, so Ireland win the free hit again. Oh, Megan Fraser, Irish captain, trying to play the ball forward, but to her opposite counterpart, Marcia Cox, and a great ball in, and it's sneaked in, and the umpire's given it. So a bit of controversy. The Irish are questioning, I think, whether it was inside the circle or not, so we're going to have to wait and see on the replay if we can get it. The umpires are going to have a little discussion. Here we can see the replay, Craig.
Yes, I don't think there's any doubt that the ball was played inside the circle, and one of the things that is good in hockey is that the two umpires can get together and make a decision between the two of them. Unfortunately, we don't have video replays that might confirm even better, but I have to say that the goalkeeper certainly didn't look very clever in that particular incident.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the advantage of the replay there, and I think what Ireland were probably questioning was whether the attacker in the circle touched the goal, touched the ball, which she obviously did. So South Africa credited with their second goal, which puts them 2-1 ahead, and Ireland are going to have to battle their way back into this game. But they've got plenty of time remaining, 21 and a bit minutes, so there's certainly plenty of time for them to get themselves back in the game, and they've created enough opportunities so far to do that, and I'm sure they'll create a few more. So as we speak, Ireland attack again. On the right hand side, Chloe Watkins just trying to work the ball up the pitch, but unfortunately doesn't make any connection on that occasion. So it's a pretty tight affair at the moment. There's been opportunities at both ends. Plenty time left in this match for some more goals. So Anna Flanagan, she's using her physical presence there to regain possession, and Ireland work the ball back. They're in South Africa's circle. Great tackle in the reverse by South Africa captain Marcia Cox just to nullify that attack, and this is when South Africa can be dangerous. They look to counter. David's trying to get the ball forward. It's got to come back to where the free hit was and start to build it up again. South Africa just dropping back, just patient to work the ball out, settle the game for a little bit. Bright looking to play it forward though. The Irish step in, read the situation and stop that. So Chloe Watkins out wide. The South African bench holding strong, just working it out. Taylor there just working it through the gap. Didn't quite manage the link up play. She keeps the pressure on. Ireland have to go all the way back round the outside. Megan Fraser, the captain, involved again, and she's been pretty influential for Ireland today. A big role to play, driving the team forward, and she'll be hoping to do that in the last 20 minutes of this game, see if her team can get back in the game. So one corner to South Africa. A little bit scrappy in there, but the umpire allows the game to carry on. I'm not sure, Craig, you know a little bit more about this. Obviously, when the umpires are briefed at the beginning of tournaments, there's certain aspects of play that they're encouraged to try and incorporate into the game, and possibly the advantages has been one of them.
Yes, there was a bit of an untidy incident down there, and you can hear several clashes of sticks, but that doesn't mean to say there's been a foul. That's just part of the game. And I think one of the big advantages of hockey is the umpires are briefed to try and let the game flow, so that it becomes a good spectator sport for not only the spectators but also the players.
Yeah, here comes South Africa on another attack. They're going to have to look, see if they can reverse stick shot. Ooh, right across the face of the goal, and hit at a rate of knots, so everyone was ducking to get out of the way, but so they survive, and Ireland bring the ball back out as a 16. Another good ball forward using the reverse stick, and Ireland earn themselves a sideline which they take very quickly, breaking into the circle again. They'll be looking to capitalise and have won themselves yet a penalty corner, so smart play there. Think about Anna Flanagan, the Irish number 26, to earn herself and her team a penalty corner, and this is where they really need to take advantage, Craig, isn't it?
Absolutely. Having lost a rather soft goal, they now have the advantage of their third penalty corner as a consequence of looked like a combination of feet and obstruction, but it was certainly a clear decision, and you can see there's absolutely no protest from the South African players. We have to wait until the second clock goes down before the corner can actually be taken after the 40 seconds.
Yeah, but wasn't greatly executed at the top of the circle, and gives up South Africa a great chance now to counter-attack as the Irish are scrambling to get back, but they managed to clear their lines. But Ireland will be disappointed with that corner, Craig.
Yes, it was a poor corner, and in fact that's a third corner, as I've said already, and really they haven't looked impressive at their 3 penalty corners, and at this level of hockey nothing out of 3 is not very good.
Yeah, I think some of the research says that the difference between the top teams are converting 1 out of 3 penalty corners, and as we all well know, that makes a difference at this top level. But here comes South Africa breaking back, and the game is pretty stretched at the moment. Both teams trying to attack, and which leaves opportunities at the back. But Ireland back in control now with a 16. Old-fashioned golf shot, I think, up there, but it was safe enough up the middle of the pitch. No one was in the road, so the umpire let it go. And Ireland again attacking down this left-hand side, looking to penetrate, and it's Nicola Daly that's working hard, gets a great ball in, but it's well defended by South Africa, but she gives it away, and Ireland, the goal scorer Naomi Carroll, finds a foot, and number 4 for Ireland, penalty corner number 4.
Sloppy defending by the South Africans there. It was a cheap penalty corner, the correct decision by the umpire, and it'll be interesting to see if the Irish can make more of their 4th penalty corner.
Yeah, they'll certainly be disappointed if the game remains at this scoreline at the end when they've had as many opportunities. So back they go, get themselves organised, and let's see if they can make anything of this opportunity.
Good save by the goalkeeper, which unfortunately ricocheted back and hit a defender's foot. So another penalty corner.
Well done. There we can just see the replay here. Slight change, the angle up at the top, and as you say, Craig, keeper makes a good save, but unfortunately hits her own player, and umpire quite rightly awards a second corner. So goal and penalty corner number 5 for the Irish.
Another poor penalty corner. The one classic thing that you must do with a penalty corner is put it on target. If you don't have it on target, you'll get no goal.
Yeah, we can see it from behind the goal here. It's a good injection trap, but just drags it wide and possibly looking for a deflection, but the injector not there quickly enough, and another chance goes a-begging for Ireland. But here they come on the counter-attack, breaking into the circle with an opportunity here. And again, another penalty corner. So Ireland piling on the pressure in terms of the penalty corner count, but they've got to start converting them, Craig.
Absolutely. I felt the South Africans were perhaps a little unlucky there, but they really have to clear their lines, and they're giving the Irish so many opportunities now. I think that's now 6 or 7 penalty corners, and still no goals.
Yep, they'll be really making sure we need a good injection, good push out, and good execution at the top. And Ireland really have to start making these count if they want to get back on level terms. So let's see what they can do with penalty corner number 6. Well, there we go. They've taken them 6 times, but they've eventually found the net, and Ireland level it up at 2-2, and probably deserved. Craig, here you can see the replay.
A good strike on this occasion by Audrey O'Flynn. She gets plenty of time and puts it low past the goalkeeper, and it rattles back off the backboards. Practice makes perfection, undoubtedly. Yeah, we can see it here from behind the goal. The keeper leaves it quite open, just past her stick side, and I think the goalkeeper will actually be a bit disappointed with that. That's really her responsibility on that side. So it allows Ireland, though, back in the game and all to play for with just under 12 minutes remaining. South Africa 2, Ireland 2. Well, certainly plenty of goals so far, and still time for a few more, I'm sure. Anna Flanagan battling hard for Ireland. Takes a quick free hit. Yeah, and the South Africa player must back off 5 yards and allow them to take that quick free hit. So she's been penalised with the green card, which means she will have to have, costing 2-minute forced rest, I'm afraid, which at this crucial point in the game, Craig, could make a difference. Yeah, that was a bit stupid. One of the benefits of the quick free hit is that, or the self-pass rather, is that it speeds up the game, but it's the responsibility of the player from the other team to make sure that they're 5 yards away, and she didn't do that, and the automatic decision is a free hit and a green card to the offending player, this time, on this occasion, South Africa. Yep, so Ireland will be keen to make the most of the next 2 minutes, but the ball's with South Africa, and they win a free hit in the middle of the pitch. The umpire, the Chinese umpire's seen something going on that she's not particularly happy about, and now the Irish captain, Megan Fraser's been forced to take a 2-minute rest. So it's all square, 10 aside now, Craig. Yeah, it's an exciting game. Yes, there are less players on the pitch now. A little bit of an altercation, but the Irish advantage is now disappeared with their player off the pitch. So South Africa attack the baseline, earn themselves a free hit just outside the Irish circle. It's got to go back to that dotted line, and here they come again, trying to work it in. Yep, and they do so, and again, probably a little bit of a soft corner to give away, but South Africa haven't had many corners, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with this one. Yes, the South Africans have had far less penalty corners than the Irish. As you quite rightly say, Ronnie, it's a bit of a soft corner. At the end of the day, it looks like a combination of feet and obstruction. The correct decision, and you can see there's no protest from the Irish. No, so the face masks go on, South Africans get set up, and they will certainly be looking to capitalise and put themselves back in the lead in the last 10 minutes. Here we go. So the first shot is blocked, but here it comes back again. Oh, and Ireland on a quick counter here, though. Craig will come back to the replay, but a great early ball out, and Ireland looking to break. Michelle Harvey along the baseline, and it's scrambled away by South Africa, but it's still there, and just trying to get rid of the ball, which they eventually do. A couple of protests from the Irish players, but from one end to the other, Craig. Yes, it's end-to-end stuff. The South African penalty corner was a bit of a poor effort. It was struck not very hard, straight at the defender's stick, and easily cleared. Yeah, Ireland certainly made the most of the counter-attack, and the South Africans were scrambling to get back, but here they come again on the attack. The game really opening up, and it's the captain, Marcia Cox, a great ball across
to the number 12, Dirkie Chamberlain, who makes a great shot, but the keeper has a fantastic save and keeps Ireland in the hunt. And the game. Umpires there. It was a good example, Craig, of the umpires working together.
Yeah.
It's hard to see for the faraway umpire, but the umpire on this side just helping her out.
Yes, it's essential in hockey when the game is so quick that the umpires work as a team. The Chinese umpire couldn't possibly see what happened because it was at the far end of a circle. The United States umpire had a clear view of it. It was a very good decision. It was a dangerous lifted ball by the Irish defence, and it's a second penalty corner within a couple of minutes to South Africa.
Yeah, now they would be loving to put this in the back of the net with the clock ticking down. Let's see what they can do with this penalty corner. Well, it's pretty exciting. About 3 or 4 opportunities. A fantastic save though by the keeper, but we'll come back to that because Ireland break yet again on the counter-attack, and it really is end-to-end stuff at the moment. It's going fast and furious, as you can see. It doesn't take long to break. Nicola Daly now for Ireland, just looking to get the ball back going forward for Ireland. So it has certainly been end-to-end stuff over the last couple of minutes, and obviously an aspect, we can see the replay here now, Craig. Great rebound, and what a save from the keeper there.
Fantastic save by the Irish goalkeeper, as the ball ended up like a sort of bagatelle around the circle, with about 3 or 4 shots by the South Africans, all of which were eventually cleared. Good defence by the Irish there.
It was, and they can thank their keeper, but here comes South Africa again. Great chance, and again the keeper makes a fantastic save. South Africa surely are wondering how they cannot possibly get the ball in the back of this net, but a brilliant save by the Irish keeper, who's certainly earning her money this morning. So it's still with South Africa just inside the Irish circle, but they eventually get it away, but not too far up the pitch. South African captain's on the ground at the moment, but the game goes on. I think she took just a little bit of a knock to the ankle, but the game carries on without her. She's now got back to her feet. I think it's actually Dammons, not the captain. Yeah, it was Dammons who actually took the wee knock. But here we go, Ireland breaking forward again. Anna Flanagan looking to play the ball. Yep, and just obviously a little bit of damage done there. So Dammons has come off the pitch and Chamberlain has replaced her. Dammons certainly is a threat, so Ireland won't be disappointed to see her going off. But they're in possession at the moment through their captain, Megan Fraser. He plays it out wide to Michelle Harvey. Ireland really piling on the pressure in this last 5 minutes, Craig. It would be a hard blow for South Africa if Ireland could sneak one and take the lead now.
Yes, I think that the game has now reached a crucial stage. The next goal could well be the winner, and it could come from a mistake, it could come from a piece of brilliance, who knows?
Yep, Ireland working hard to try and penetrate that South Africa defence, but South Africa stands strong and they're breaking back through their captain, Marcia Cox. But Anna Flanagan working really hard for Ireland, works back to get the ball, and Gillian Pinder now feeds it forward. Katie Dillon is trying to work that ball forward, just ends the Irish. A free hit in the South Africa defending third. Gets the ball into the circle, but deemed dangerous by the umpire, so South Africa can breathe a sigh of relief. And less than 4 minutes to go, as we say, that one opportunity could be decisive in these final minutes. So David, good ball forward, but unfortunately Celia Evans just couldn't quite control that for South Africa, so lets the pressure off, but a lifted ball from Ireland gives South Africa another opportunity in the Irish final third. Bright, persevering, and Ireland scrambling through their captain to get that ball clear. So Taylor for South Africa now. What can she do? Megan Fraser again, Irish captain, just clears her line. She's done a power of work for the team this afternoon. It's all the way back to the back line, settling the game down a little bit. And Ireland quite happy to work the ball up. Pinder with a sideline ball in the South African half, so still plenty time in this game for another goal yet, and it could be a decisive one. So the aerial goes up, South Africa deflection, but Fraser smashes the ball into the D, and both Irish players almost too keen to get on the end of that, bump into each other. So we're into the final 2 minutes. South Africa having to work the ball out of their own half, trying to create that final opportunity that could be the deciding factor.
Yes, it was a bit of a comedy of errors, really, but the Irish could rue the day of that because they both went for the same ball, and a really good opportunity was missed in reality.
Here they come again. Fraser, good ball forward, it breaks for them, but Anna Flanagan couldn't quite make the most of that, and South Africa now trying to penetrate, trying to find that one decisive pass that might make all the difference, but Ireland back in possession. Here comes South Africa again down the right hand side. It's a bit scrappy, there's lots of bodies in and around that. South Africa asked to take the free hit again. We're in the last minute, so this is a really important defending phase for the Irish. They don't want to do anything silly here. They want to just get the ball, keep the ball. And they've managed to do that, so can they now work their last counter-attack? So less than 30 seconds, this could be the last attack of the game. Ireland, opportunity to work the ball forward. So the last dying seconds, the ball's way in the deep defence of the South African half. So, and there we go. We hear the final hooter from the umpires there. The final score: South Africa 2, Ireland 2, and I think Ireland, having gone behind in 2 occasions, probably they're more satisfied with that result, although both teams have had opportunities to win the game, Craig.
Yes, I think the Irish will be the happier of the two sides. South Africa are arguably one of the favourites, certainly to win the pool and perhaps even to take a few medals. The Irish, I thought, stuck to their task very well. I have to commend the goalkeeper for 2 or 3 absolutely fantastic saves, which kept the South African forwards at bay. But at the end of the day, the Irish will still rue the possibility of missing these 6 to 7 penalty corners.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams had opportunities to win the game, and when they reflect back and look back on the video footage, as I'm sure they'll do as part of their preparation for the next game, they'll certainly, as you say, be looking at the penalty corners and thinking, where can we improve and how can we make sure that we don't take as long to get warmed up on the penalty corner count. They did score from 1, but 1 out of 6 probably is not good enough for them at this level. So we've now got the South African captain Marcia Cox down on pitch side, and we'll hear her thoughts on the game this morning.
Marsha, that was a tough game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we made it difficult for ourselves. The goal here is to beat teams that are ranked lower than us, and unfortunately we were not successful at that today. And I think we had many opportunities to put it away, but didn't seal the deal.
But Ireland are never going to give up, are they?
No, the good old Irish spirit. I think they all had a bit of a maybe four-leaf clover in their back pocket, but they played a really good game. They came out firing from the first minute, and I think that they definitely probably outplayed us in that regard with the fighting spirit.
So it sounds like you consider that probably a couple of points lost rather than a point gained.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, our goal is to always beat teams that are ranked lower than us, and starting with your first game at the Champions Challenge against a team lower than you, you should definitely walk away with 3 points and not 1.
That's great. Thanks very much, Marsha. Cheers.
So Marsha Cox, the South African captain's thoughts there on her team's performance, and hopefully we'll also be able to get the thoughts of Megan Fraser, the Irish captain, in a minute or two. But obviously South Africa disappointed with the overall result there. They certainly think and thought that they should have gained and taken all 3 game points from that match. But we know what it's like in sport. There are absolutely no guarantees whether teams are ranked below you or not. You still have to go out there and perform and produce it on the day. So Ireland, as Marsha said, fought hard, never gave up. That's part of their style, and we always know when you're going out to play against Ireland that you're always in for a match. And we've got Megan Fraser down now on the touchline, and we'll hear her thoughts about the game. So 2-2 it was at the final whistle, and here we go, Megan Fraser.
Megan, great performance, do you think?
Yeah, we're happy with that. Unfortunate not to get a win. I think we could have got it there at the end, but we'll take the 1 point.
I think that the South Africans feel that possibly they dropped a couple of points there, but you must feel that you also dropped a couple of points rather than gained 1.
Yeah, I believe we had a lot of chances. Had we capitalised them, might have went more our way. But I mean, we played defensively. We kept them from putting any more against us, and we'll take the draw.
But you came back from behind twice. You must be pleased with the spirit the team showed.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always hard to come back after going a goal down, and to do it twice, I think it shows a lot of spirit from us. And I mean, that's something we'll look to make sure we're not doing anymore. It's not something we like to do, but as we showed, we can do it, and we'll like to put teams in that position rather than us being there.
Is that a good first outing at this tournament? I mean, do you take plenty from that?
Yeah, definitely. I'll look forward to going through a lot of video time, I'd say, after that. But we'll be pleased. We tried to do certain things in that, and we saw it happen. We tried to do some other things that we didn't see happen, so we'll just go back, look at those again, try and bring it into the next performance.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers.
Okay,
thank
cheers.
you.
Bye.
So there we have the thoughts of both captains there. Both feel they had opportunities to take the 3 points from the game, and I think South Africa feel hard done by. The Irish goalkeeper certainly kept them in the game with a couple of fantastic stays, particularly in the second half. But Ireland, with 6 or 7 penalty corners, also had opportunities to steal the 3 points. So possibly a fair result at the end of the day, but I'm quite sure the teams will look back and reflect and build on their opening performance. So we can now see the goals. Here's the first goal from South Africa. Some nice skill. Head up, looks across. Keeper makes the initial save, but it falls nicely for Dammons on the far post, and just a tap in for her to put South Africa 1-0 up. And the South Africa second, here we go, the Irish equaliser, driving into the circle, just inside. A great ball across, and a really brave diving deflection there by Naomi Carroll from the Irish. You can see it from this angle. Sticks ready, she's watching the ball, she's waiting and waiting, just willing it to come to her. And I say, great touch and deflection, and a real forwards goal there. And that levelled up the scoring at 1-1. And the South Africa second goal, we can see again, ball hard into the circle. Just a little deflection by the South African player prior to it coming to the keeper. We can just possibly see it from this angle. Just gets enough on it here, just to deflect it through the keeper's leg. It's always difficult to rearrange and change when it takes a deflection, and that puts South Africa back into the lead at that point. But Irish never giving up, had plenty of penalty corner practice, and eventually, I think this was number 6, found the back of the net. Good execution, good drive, and hard driven low into the bottom corner, and South Africa keeper couldn't just quite get across to cover that. So at the end of the day, 2-2, the points divided, but a very exciting match. So that concludes our coverage of this match, but it's not the end of the action. What we've got coming up later in the next few minutes, we've got Belgium versus Scotland, which will start at 2:30, which we hope will get the crowd behind the Scottish team. Great opportunity for the girls to experience that ahead of the Commonwealth Games. And then the final match at 4:30, Korea versus India. We'll be taking a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes for the live coverage of Belgium-Scotland. But I'd just like to thank Craig Madden for joining me in the commentary box, and I hope you enjoyed your wee stint, Craig.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, Rona, always to work with you. I think what is important about the game was that neither side lost. At the end of the day, cutthroat, 4 team pools. It's very important you don't lose your first game.
Yeah, the draw keeps them both in the hunt and everything to fight for. And we'll be back shortly with the next game at 2:30, Belgium versus the host nation, Scotland. And we hope you'll all get behind Scotland in that game and you'll join us. But from now, from the International Hockey Stadium in Glasgow, very good afternoon to you. See you soon.
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.